the epic Cool Scout. Scout was once sitting at a restaurant eating a burger and fry when the leader of the red team called him on his poem and said, "Scout, I need you to kill G-Man." So Scout got up and left the restaurant. Scout got his car and drove down the road really fast, running into Moss Man. Moss Man almost dies, but she didn't, and she got up and she said, "Hello, Scout, how are you?" And Scout said, "I am doing fine. What helped kill G-Man?" And Moss Man said, "Yes." So they've got in the car and kept going. Scout and Moss Man drove down the road really fast until they saw the G-Man's base, and they left the car and entered the base. When they entered, they saw a combined soldier and shotgun him with guns and more combine tape and shot them too. Sudanly, the G-Mans came out and said, "Dr. Scout, I am coming here to take Moss Man." And G-Man stole Moss Man, and Scout said, "You will pay for this, Garry Man!" Scout got back into his car and drove away into the distance. The sunset setting beyond the horizon and the moon setting beyond the Verizon wireless. He drove and he drove and he drove and drove again until he found the house! He walked inside. Slowly. And then saw his best friend Heavy dying! He wailed up and said, "Heavy, you're dying!" And Heavy said, "I am not making, little man. Take Sasa, she will help." And Heavy gave Scorch Soakship. And Scout said, "Oh my goodness, thank." But Heavy was dead. Heavy was dead. He said goodbye and kept going. Now with Shida. Scout went down the road and then drove up to the Germans' base. It was big and massive and scary. He looked and saw the G-Man with Moss Man, and Scout Main said, "I'm gonna shoot you, you fucking doo-doo head." And Gmod said, "Die." And Scout was surrounded by combines and killed them all with his baseball bat. Suddenly, he saw a Strider that was actually Doctor, the Green Doctor, who was the leader doctor of the G-Man, and said, "Tonight you will die, Mr. Scott." And Scout said, "No, I am the Scout." And Scout kicked the Strider in the face, and Breed said, "I will have my revenge." And Scout said, "No, you won't. I am scouting in here." Then Scout pulled out shaft and shot Breed until his eyes, and Breed died. And G-Man was scared, and Scout shot the G-Man with soda. And Moss Man came out and said, "Thank you, the Scout." And then they made out, and then they fucked! The end of... So
you just ripped off Half-Life Full Life Consequences.
Yup.
I mean, it's not like the most unmarketable thing out there.
Think about it this way, right? It's a continuation.
A continuation?
Okay, so it's got the same world with the same framework, but with a different perspective, a different setting, and it's working with a different foundation.
So it's a sort of refresh and continuation of a beloved classic while being its own thing?
Yeah, that's the gist.
Alright, I'll buy in.
Anything to keep my money pile
sure.
topped off.
Sounds promising.
I need more Coke.